is absolutely falling out the sky. Well, I say falling out the sky, it's already fallen from the sky. It's kind of just falling to the ground just a lot harder right now. Yeah, I was looking for a much bigger pullback for the dollar, but looks like the Trump announcement to yesterday just didn't want that to happen at all, and now we're kind of just tanking. We do have major support around 100.3. It looks like price is on a one-way ticket to that level there. So I think any pullbacks in the dollar, you're looking at a good opportunity, of course, within reason. But yeah, from a daily perspective, weekly perspective, it does look like price is just heading towards support there at 100.3. So pretty bearish here on the dollar. Didn't get the bigger retracement I was hoping for. And yeah, things are looking extremely bearish. Lovely support there. Would be brilliant for price to come back and retest that. Will we? I have no idea. There's just so much momentum right now. We could keep falling. Might have kind of like a slight correction. But momentum might just come back into the market there. So it's difficult to gauge how much of a pullback we'll get. All I can say confidently is that momentum is bearish, and there's a good chance we'll probably end up back at 100.3 in the next few days. So yeah, shorts on the dollar look pretty good right now. Just waiting for opportunities to follow that momentum really. A pullback to 103.2 would be great, but I think it will be difficult to see right now unless we have a really big pause and all that momentum. EURUSD likewise as well. This one exploded to the upside, breaking through the highs here. And looks like EURUSD again is looking to push back to resistance. So this is kind of the corresponding level for EURUSD in regards to the dollar as well, both coming back into big levels. Of course, EURUSD is pushing up, dollar's pushing down. Looks like euro is coming back into that resistance around 1.119, we'll call it. So yeah, euro looking very bullish. Of course, the daily candle's still got a lot of trading to do. Still got 11, 12 hours before it does close. So it could still pull back a bit. It could still keep pushing. But what we can say is that there's a lot of momentum. And it looks like the momentum we had a few weeks back from this bullish move looks to be kicking back into the market. So yeah, onwards and upwards for euro as well. And I do think we've still got some targets to aim for. 1.12 looks pretty good. So yeah, pullbacks in euro look good as well. Perhaps a retest of the high. Again, we'll have to monitor that. We're not too far away. Dollar's really broken through that low, but EURUSD pullback to retest the high here. I think if the momentum can slow down, I think that's still very doable. And an opportunity to take some longs off the back of that could look really good. Maybe sometime next week potentially. So keep an eye on that. But yeah, in terms of direction, euro's looking very, very bullish. I was talking a lot about the resistance here yesterday because I was looking at euro having a bigger pullback to some of these areas, 1.06, 1.05. But again, euro just didn't have any of that. As soon as the announcement came in, we pushed very hard to the upside. Didn't break through, but as the new daily candle opened, that's when the real momentum kicked into the market and we are flying. And as we speak, we're still pushing. So yeah, euro looking very, very strong. Very, very bullish market. So I would just be looking for pullbacks to keep looking to buy that one. In terms of pound USD, likewise here as well. Colossal move to the upside for pound, much bigger than euro. But again, all this one did was just consolidate. So it's 50-50 which way this was going to break out. I was hoping we could pull back into 1.28, 1.27. Had a couple levels here which I was looking to buy from. Not really looking to buy from them anymore. The next best area for me would be the retest of the high of the range now. But again, we spoke briefly about possibly a pushback to the high there, which looks like where pound USD is pushing towards. We had the last major high over here, had a pullback, high, low, another push created a new high, and again another pullback, just about creating a higher low in reference to the previous low, and now potentially price could be looking to attack the highs again. So now that we've really broken out that consolidation, this becomes a really nice level for a buy. So if pound USD could revisit that location, that would be a great place for a buy. But again, you can see how far we've moved away. It's going to take a pretty decent pullback for us to get there. But I wouldn't rule it out because the market is pretty stretched. We haven't had much pullback since the low here back in Jan. This is kind of like our biggest pullback with the gap there to the downside. That's the biggest pullback we've had in this bullish move. Had a slight one over there. This one again, very, very sideways. So market is a bit stretched. I feel like a bigger pullback is on the cards for pound USD. And a retest of that high looks pretty reasonable, to be honest. So kind of waiting for that, but direction for pound looks like it's to the upside. If the DXY is going to go and hit 100.3, then likewise pound USD is going to push up, and we've got a major high at 1.34 to keep an eye on. Dollar CAD looking very bearish. Looks like this one's finally cracked support here. So dollar CAD pullbacks look really good to me as well. I've been going on about this support level for a while. Said I'm looking for price to break through this. Finally, we've made the breakout. We've also taken out these lows on the left as well. So the market's now creating some bearish structure. We had the original high up there, low, lower high, and now creating some new lows. So it would be really nice if dollar CAD would be kind enough to retest that same level around 1.425. That would be a great location for a lower high. We've seen one high over there, second over there, a third over there, and a fourth would be great. And as I've been suggesting, I'm still looking for dollar CAD to come back to this level here around 1.39, 1.4. So I still do see a lot more downside for dollar CAD. For dollar CAD, so there's still room to take advantage of. But again, one thing is necessary is some pullbacks. A lot of momentum, so the odds of us continuing to the downside are pretty high. Now it's just about finding opportunities to take some trades, really. But yeah, dollar CAD absolutely bleeding, broke support like it wasn't there. Now it's time to see if we can get a retest of that, and you'll probably find some nice opportunities off the back of that as well. Aussie dollar, this one's pushing to the upside too. Not as aggressively as probably a euro or a pound. I think Aussie's a little bit weaker than euro and pound, and same with NZD, I think. So this one overall hasn't actually changed too much. It's still very much within the confinements of this range here. So Aussie dollar is not necessarily exciting me too much. I do think price is probably eventually going to push the upside here because we've had a few attempts trying to sell off, and it just hasn't amounted much. So support here has generally held. If I drop back to the 4-hour chart, you can see we did have a really nice break of that. That was a Monday, had a nice break of that. Price recovered that, used that as support yesterday. Now we have a very strong move to the upside. So I would expect us to at least push back into resistance now. And then if we do break to the upside, and of course, if USD does push back to 100.3, we'll probably see price clear that and probably start a bit of an uptrend as well. So there could be a lot of upside in store there for Aussie dollar as well. But yeah, I'm struggling to see a nice opportunity to trade this just because we've got some highs which we're approaching into. So buys wouldn't look good. Perhaps if you get a stop underneath there with some entries at that level, that would look good. But I think that ship has kind of sailed there. So yeah, something like this, another break of the high, pullbacks might look good potentially next week or even the week after. But yeah, it looks like Aussie dollar is still consolidating, probably eventually going to break to the upside now. Yeah, opportunities to buy it. This was a nice level to take some trades. But like I said, I think that ship has kind of sailed. Ends the USD, same situation here as well. Looks like this one, again, slowly pushing to the up. Well, I say slowly. In fairness, it is slowly, but the past kind of few hours has been very, very quick. But again, we broke through support here during the start of the week on Monday. We recovered that. Again, looks like we retested it with that wick there of the speech yesterday. And now prices, of course, flying to the upside. It looks to me that price has put in another high low. One over there, second over there, and now you've got your third. So price is likely to attack the highs here on the left and probably break through them as well. And if this is potentially a reversal, or at least just a bigger correction, there is some upside to take advantage of. If I get the fib from the high to the low, I do think that 50% of that fib is a reasonable target, reasonable expectation for New Zealand dollar to get to. If we are going to reverse the upside, I think half of that bearish move from the swing high up there to the swing low is a pretty reasonable expectation for us to get to. Even if we are going to continue down at some point, you know, that could be a realistic price for us to see some downside from. So yeah, ends the USD looking pretty bullish as well. Again, with USD being so bearish, it's difficult to go against that. So for any USD pair, kind of really just favoring more weakness, to be honest. Or if anything, just staying neutral. But dollar's so bearish, so it's probably going to be the dominating currency. And then, of course, you got gold and silver. Surprisingly, gold was down. Yeah, gold is currently down a little bit on the day. I say that because, of course, USD being so weak, you would expect gold at least to be a little bit bullish, even if there are external factors of what's dictating gold's price. But we actually are down a little bit right now. Again, gold's looking pretty corrective now. The market is still very bullish, but we're becoming a bit more corrective. We just about swept the highs here, and you can see we left 2 big wicks to the upside. So we're no longer seeing that really forceful momentum. Don't get me wrong, gold is still, as a whole, very, very bullish. But it's a sign that we're becoming a bit more corrective now, and we're starting to slow down. So perhaps a bigger retracement is on the card soon with gold. I wouldn't say shorts look good right now because we're coming back into this kind of wick territory here where the market's found it really, really hard to break through. Drop to the hourly chart as well. Yeah, as we approach this area, this is not a place you want to be looking to sell into. Even if price does break through, you want price to clear that mess out the way, and then perhaps there'll be opportunities on some pullbacks afterwards. Now's not the time to be looking to sell. I wouldn't be so enthusiastic with the buys either, just because it looks like the market is a bit tired. We might see a bit of a bounce there for gold, but because the market is tired, I'll probably be getting ready to sell it. But as I mentioned, we need to break out of that kind of mess, break some structure first before shorts look good. But what I can see is that gold is tiring, and there is that swing high back here, which perhaps we could be coming back to get a test of around 30.57. So yeah, I am throwing a bit of a bearish swing for gold. We still might have another bullish move first before we do see that swing. So I'm not saying the swing has to happen right now, but I'm looking for a bit of retracement now for gold. And silver is already seeing a lot of downside. Last time I had a look at that one, it was falling pretty hard, and it is still falling pretty hard. So this is interesting because I'm still very bullish in silver, still looking to buy it. It looks like to me we're just having some trouble at the resistance here. And I'm looking to see how deep of a correction, how deep of a bearish move do we get. I'm still very much looking to buy. There's still a massive level on the daily chart here, which I was originally looking to buy from, but we kind of just missed it, which is why I kind of got a bit of a late entry to my silver trade a couple of weeks ago. Now, potentially, are we going to get that retest? Well, it looks likely. Momentum's looking extremely bearish. The level's not too far away. It does look like we're probably going to get the test of this area. So I'm going to see what we do here. I'm still bullish on silver. Still looking to buy it. And if we hold support here, I will be looking for some entries. We still got this bullish trend line. As long as price can hold this territory here, I remain bullish. If we snap through that, then I'm backing away. Yeah, we might see a much bigger retracement if that happens. But yeah, if we can come into that area, respect it, maybe find some wicks, I'll look for some entries, then targets right back at the highs, or at least back to these highs here anyway for silver.